Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be an Aquarius reading. This is a general timeless reading, so whenever you find this, it's meant for you. Also, this is for any Aquarius placement, so sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, Lilith, you name it, okay? Or you could just be curious. There's nothing wrong with that. I am going to be doing this kind of like a bonus reading today just because I got so much love and support from Aquarius and Taurus this time around, or this week I should say. I should have all of my readings up for all of the signs by now. So if you have some different placements or you're just curious about other signs, feel free to go check out my channel about the other ones that I posted already. And what else? I feel like that there's something else I want to say. Okay, I'm a little up close and personal today, Aquarius, okay? If I push the camera too far back, it's a glare from my window. So if you see the lighting changes or things look a little bit off, that's the reason why, okay? So I'm trying to work on my setup, and so you guys can see me shuffle and see the cards on the table, but just the lighting is just really bad in my apartment, okay? And I use a ring light just to get this little bit of light that I have going on right now, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and meditate so it can help us release any negative energy and allow us to be open to receive any of the messages in this reading, okay? So if you're comfortable, meditate with me, Aquarius. Okay, let's get started, Aquarius. Okay, so usually I shuffle off camera and I have already the cards pulled out to save time, but I want to start doing things a little bit differently, okay? Let's take those three cards that came out first. Interesting. So we have the Empress. We have the Six of Cups, okay? If you're familiar with tarot, you understand where that's going. We have the Page of Pentacles, okay? Let's see, what do we have on the bottom of the deck, Aquarius? King of Cups, interesting. I always, if you guys can see that, I'm sorry, I think it's like a glare. There we go. King of Cups, always Pisces energy, just because it's a fish at the bottom and his necklace is a fish. That's how I interpret it. Interesting energy. Empress, definitely birthing something. I feel like it's a child. This is interesting because this is my second time filming this. I know I always say that, you guys, but I have such a tough time with filming. Like, something always interrupts me. The camera cuts off. Like, it is just spooky. But the energy I felt was that you maybe were trying to start a family. And I know that's very precise. And we don't, usually with Aquarius energy, that's not something that you focus a lot on. Okay, and I said that with love because I'm an Aquarius, okay? I feel like that we tend to like to appear as composed and neutral as possible. But that also depends on your other placements and things like that. But I think for sun, mostly, we like to appear neutral and just composed, okay? So even if we feel something, we may not necessarily share all the time, and that isn't always the healthiest sometimes, Aquarius. And this is interesting. Aquarius is a masculine sign, okay? Because we are an air sign, so all air and fire signs are masculine signs, okay? This card represents your divine feminine, Aquarius. So maybe you're finding a balance of how to balance your masculine energy and your feminine energy, okay? That has nothing to do with gender, Aquarius, okay? But we have to have a balance there. Just because we are an air sign, we tend to lean more towards masculine energy traits, if that makes sense, okay? So being more dominant, just wanting to be more of a giver, a problem solver. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us, okay? And there's a few signs that, I mean, not a few signs, but I'm sure that it's people that have maybe the same sign in each placement. But usually it varies. Like, I'm a sun Aquarius, but I have a moon in Cancer, a rising in Taurus, my Venus is in Aries. So all different elements, okay? So make sure to look at that, Aquarius, and just see what see if there's a need to maybe tap into some other energy to just be more balanced, okay? But I definitely feel like a lot of you guys are thinking about a family right now, or maybe starting a family, or you could be wanting to provide more for your family or work hard. And some of you guys could be working too hard right now. So just be mindful of that, Aquarius, to not get burnt out, to take time to rest and to take time for yourself, okay? And maybe you may be feeling maybe guilty from taking time for your family, okay? Which that's fine. Like, we all need time to ourselves sometimes, Aquarius. So take that time, okay? Even if it's just 30 minutes or 15 minutes a day, okay? Coming out after that, the Six of Cups, okay? This is very iconic. So you could be reflecting on the past, Aquarius. You could even be reflecting on your childhood right now. You could be doing something healing in regards towards your childhood, or you maybe be wanting to heal from some childhood trauma or pain that you may experience, okay? Just with the Empress card coming out, and that literally means like childbirth in some sense. Libra energy as well. You could be just reliving a little bit of your childhood so that you could heal. I see positivity coming from it, okay? I definitely feel like that you're doing it with a strong intention of healing and growing yourself. And maybe you could be doing this, Aquarius, because you do want to start a family and you feel like that's something that you should work on. You could be rekindling something with a family member or a parent that you maybe have a rocky relationship with, Aquarius. This also could be love as well too. Like, that's very obvious, so I have to address the elephant in the room, Aquarius. Somebody could be reconnecting with you from your childhood, or someone that you've known for a very long time, or you're just not in. I feel like that you guys maybe haven't seen each other or talked to each other in a while, okay? So it doesn't have to be 6 or 10 years. It could be 6 or 10 years. I'm picking up on that energy for some reason. Or it could just be somebody that you haven't spoke to in 6 months, a year, a few years, something like that, okay? So you could be wanting to reconnect with them, or you're thinking of them, or they're thinking of you, okay? But when we really are aligned with ourselves, we can feel when other people are thinking of us, okay? So be mindful of what thoughts are truly yours, okay? Because sometimes we can get confused about if we miss somebody or if we want someone to come into our life, but we could just be picking up on their energy, okay? Or it could be a need for you to heal something. And we can heal things, Aquarius, with other people, but sometimes, most times I should say, we heal things by ourselves, just going within, processing the emotions and feeling them, okay? Very emotional reading. Very emotional reading. Interesting. But it was major transformation in the past reading that I did for you guys, okay? And maybe that has brought out a lot of emotion in you, okay? Our birthday season, either it's starting now or it's coming up in like the next few days, okay? And also Valentine's Day is in February, okay? I feel like that always gets people to think about love just as a collective. Interesting reading. Yeah, you're very emotional about something right now, okay? Coming in after that, we have the Page of Pentacles, Aquarius, okay? If you can see that. So definitely manifesting finances, okay? I always recognize this as the orange pants and the orange pentacle that she wore. It's not orange, but it's like orange and green. It's a few other colors. This always represents creativity and also the chakra of sacral chakra. That's what I'm trying to say, Aquarius. I'm sorry. Sacral chakra. I'm picking up on that for you guys, okay? Which the sacral chakra represents creativity, but it also represents our sexuality, okay? And we talked about giving birth and pregnancy and family. So a lot of you guys are definitely focused on family, okay? So it has to be somebody in the picture that you have found a romantic connection with, which I'm curious, I'm intrigued by, because I want to know who it is. So maybe we'll get more information on that when we move into the love reading, Aquarius. Judgment. Interesting. This is so crazy, Aquarius. I want to make this a short reading, but I really want to tell this story. Hopefully it's not too long. So I had a dream recently, Aquarius, the craziest dream I ever had. It was about like a court show. It was the Judge Mathis court show. I promise I haven't watched a court show in probably 10 plus years. Like, I'm not even exaggerating with you, Aquarius. And it was about a court show, and it was about suing for an anniversary gift. Random. But I kept on thinking about the dream when it ended, and I was like, okay, well, there's a courtroom. Oh, the Empress is Libra energy, okay? And usually there's another card in the deck that is represented by Libra, and it's the Justice cards, and it's literally two scales balancing. That's wow. Okay, so maybe that message was for you guys. And I kept on thinking it was a judgment because it was literally a judge, like we were in the courtroom. And I kept thinking it's heavy Libra energy, but I didn't get any of that energy in the Libra reading that I did. But the Judgment card came out for you. Okay, so maybe the higher consciousness that you're experiencing is to be more emotional and more expressive. That's deep, Aquarius. That's very, very deep. So there's a higher calling for you to be more expressive and more emotional. Or that's what you feel that you're being moved towards. And that's what spirit and your higher self, if you look at it, you can see that she's looking at herself. But look at how free her higher self is. She has her arms open and everything. So you want to be more free. Interesting. Let's get one card for outcome for general reading for Aquarius. And then we'll move on to the love reading, you guys. One card. Not that many. Okay, we'll take that one. Interesting. Temperance, number 14. Another major arcana. That's also Sagittarius energy. When I see this card, I always think of the sun and the moon in his hands. Kind of in his hands, not really. That represents duality to me. So that's that balance of feminine and masculine energy that I mentioned earlier. Okay. So you guys are focusing on that, or spirit is pushing you strongly towards that. Okay. There is a need for that right now. Okay. And a need to express yourself and your emotions in healthy ways. Okay. And there's wings behind him as well too. So this is definitely something that's being guided from your higher self or from God. Okay. Interesting energy, beautiful energy, very deep and emotional for Aquarius. Okay, so interesting. Let's move on to the love reading for you, Aquarius. Okay, we're going to get 4 cards for you for your love reading. I'm on the edge of my seat waiting to see what's going to come out for you, Aquarius. Okay. Ooh, that's so many. No. I just dropped all of them on the floor, Aquarius. Okay. 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm probably not going to edit that out, so I'm sorry. It's just so much to edit out. I just cannot be bothered. This is real life, you guys, okay? Let's see. I'm going to take that because that flipped out and I can see it. Do we have any more other flippers? Okay. So one more card because we got 4 that actually flipped out. We'll take that one because that flipped as well. Okay. So we have coming out for what do you manifest? This is weird. This popped out in the Capricorn reading as well too. Interesting. So maybe you're like a Capricorn Aquarius cusper watching this because it was in the exact same placement. And the sun keeps coming out. I've had that come out probably, I don't want to say all 12 readings, but at least half of them. So Leo is, I don't know why Leo is popping out in everybody's reading. That's interesting. Maybe you have that in your chart or you're dealing with the Leo, okay? And that's opposing energy to us because like that's our sister sign, okay? And that brings me back to the dream, you guys. It's going to be a very long reading, okay? If you're hanging in there, let me know in the comment section below. the second half of the dream, like after the courtroom, because sometimes I just have a series of dreams and they don't connect at all, but I don't know how my body is able to process all of these things at one night. But it was about a couple, which is like a celebrity couple, I guess you could say, Aquarius. And I'm not going to name any names because that's pointless. But one is an Aquarius and one is a Leo. And it was about them. They were making a music video and it was a lot of ice sculptures, but the ice sculptures were melting. They were melting, but they were like playing on them and they were having a lot of fun. And I know that's a really strange dream. It's a really strange dream. But you're definitely manifesting the Ace of Cups with someone, okay? And I feel like that's why in your general reading, excuse me, there was a need to balance feminine and masculine energy, okay? And Aquarius, it doesn't matter if you identify as straight, gay, lesbian, bisexual. You're trying to manifest this, okay? And we all have that energy within us, okay? No matter how we identify, or our gender, our sex, our orientation, okay? That's what I'm trying to say, Aquarius. So with the Ace of Cups coming out, I feel like that you want to manifest true love, eternal love. That's deep, okay? I didn't know that we were there, Aquarius, okay? And honestly, if this energy doesn't resonate with you, then it could be the other person's energy, Aquarius, okay? So just always flip it if it just doesn't feel right to you. Coming in, your perception of things, the Sun card, Leo energy, okay? So you could be dealing with the Leo. I feel that very strongly. It could be a water sign too, but I feel like someone has Leo placements right now. You feel very happy with this person. You feel very radiant. You like the person's energy. You feel like that the relationship could be very abundant. I feel like that this is someone that you met already, but you guys just aren't there yet, if that makes sense. Like you guys haven't talked about you guys liking each other, wanting to move forward. It's just maybe somebody you've met once or twice, or maybe a few times just in passing, okay? If this is someone that you have not met yet, then this is just the energy that you want to draw into you, okay? You want to actually manifest. And I think that it's really possible for you right now, Aquarius, because just the energy you are in right now is very positive, very uplifting, very transformative, okay? So when we are in that state of being very positive, we can draw in other people who are a true reflection of us. When we are not feeling good about ourselves, when we're very negative, we don't think highly of ourselves, we don't love ourselves unconditionally, we will draw in people who feel exactly the same way. And that leads to very unhealthy relationships, Aquarius, okay? So that might be for somebody else watching. But I definitely feel that you want someone to be a true reflection of you, to be very abundant, to be very radiant, very positive, okay? Let's see, Page of Wands. Page of Wands is in your blockage, Aquarius, okay? Interesting energy. This usually is my card of feeling inspired and feeling very creative. Fire energy. You're feeling creative, very inspired. You could be focused a lot on work or just on yourself. Okay. So you could not maybe be focusing on the person. That's interesting, because what you're calling in, or what you're manifesting, Aquarius, and how you perceive things, is very positive, very passionate, very beautiful energy. But in your blockage, Page of Wands, excuse me. So, and I feel a strong energy that you're focusing on yourself, your craft. That's what it is. You're focusing on your craft. So maybe you guys are starting a new business, starting a new job, or just want to focus more on finances. You could have a lot on your plate right now, because I picked that up in the general reading. So maybe that's what your blockage is, that you just have so much on your plate. The juggling, which I think we talked about that in the last reading. Interesting. But we also talked about finding a need to knock things off the plate that no longer fit, Aquarius, okay? So you could be working through that. I don't think that we've gotten to that stage yet, okay? But it's okay. You are going to get there. It's just a very slow moving energy. How the person perceive you or their emotions about the bond. The Magician, #1 Gemini card. When I see 1s and 2s, I always think of soulmates or twin flames, if you guys believe in that, okay? So you could feel that the person is your soulmate, a future life partner, or a twin flame for you, okay? But they are coming in as the Magician, Gemini. So they are definitely manifesting you, okay? That's what I'm feeling. When I saw the card flip over in the deck, I said they're definitely manifesting you, okay? They want to call you in. And maybe that's why it's a little bit of conflicting energy. Because you may not be ready for the bond, but the other person is. And like I mentioned earlier, when we think of people and when we want to call them in, or I don't want to say call in because that just seems so witchy, but when we think of people, when our souls are actually really connected, we can feel them. We can feel them in our actual environment, Aquarius, and they can feel us. That's a very deep connection that you have with this person. And you feel it. I feel like that is mutual. I feel like that you just have other things that you're focusing on, and it could simply just be self. I feel the reason that the person wants to increase their skill sets. That's what I'm trying to say. Or improve on their skills or get more skills to impress you. That's a really random message, Aquarius, but that could be for somebody. Or maybe that's your energy. Page of Wands, that's the dream I had, to be playful. And that's probably why the Leo energy keeps coming out. In your blockage, you could be too serious in the connection, or maybe the other person is too serious. But there's a need to be more playful, okay? Because in the dream they were playing, but the ice sculptures were melting, okay? So your heart could be a little cold, Aquarius, or you could be cold to the connection, or you could feel that if you don't act soon, that the connection will melt away. Okay, that's you're doing a lot of deep thinking about it, but that's very much so of an Aquarius. At the bottom of the deck, we have Eight of Cups. So walking away from negativity. It could be a negative thought process, Aquarius, because I don't feel like that this person is negative. Or it could just be, just from the general and the love combined, love reading, it could just be you needing to walk away from your past experiences in love, or you could be holding on to how you see love, and that could have been something that started from your childhood, with the Six of Cups coming out in the general reading. Okay, so there's some need for some meditation and healing, okay, just to see how you can process that and kind of transmute it into something positive and move towards love, okay, and actually expressing love towards yourself and others. Knight of Pentacles, that's that slow moving energy, more Pentacle energy. So you could just be focusing on business and career right now. Queen of Wands, more creativity, feeling more inspired, but joyful. Like, see how happy she is in this card. You're a little bored too by some things, okay? And that could be because you feel like that something's missing in your life, okay? You know what you need to do, Aquarius. I just don't think that you're acting on it. You could feel that the timing is maybe off with that Six of Cups coming out. But there's a strong need to move towards something, or a new concept, or a new way of thinking, or it could honestly be a new person, okay? Beautiful energy. I love the reading. If you guys are comfortable, I would love if you guys share with me in the comment section, okay? Did I knock my hat down? I'm sorry. But let's take one advice or lesson card. It depends on how it resonates with you, if it's a advice or lesson card, okay? We're just going to take one. Okay. We had two popped out. We had coming out first, I surrender. I can release my need to control, okay? So maybe we're trying to control things. I don't feel like that you're trying to control anyone else. I feel like that you're trying to control yourself. You're trying to control your emotions, Aquarius. And that's that energy I picked up earlier in the reading as us being Aquarius, wanting to always be composed in our emotions and how we appear to people, okay? So we have to let go of that false presentation that we're giving other people, or false appearance. I don't know why I chose those words, but that's what came to mind. Second card that fell out is peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negativity. Okay, so that's that negative mindset that we were discussing. So maybe there's a need to release that negative thought process. Okay, but we had the judgment coming out, so you are definitely pushing yourself towards aligning with your higher self. Okay, or spirit is. If you are not, this is a confirmation that you need to align with your higher self. Okay, and balance the masculine and feminine energy within you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, Aquarius. I feel like it was a very positive reading, a very healing reading, okay? I loved it. So I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, Aquarius, if this resonated with you, please let me know in the comment section below. I love to read all of you guys' comments, okay? Also, I would truly appreciate if you guys like, share, I was gonna say comment, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, okay? And if you have not heard this today, Aquarius, you are loved and you are cherished, okay? Until next time, my loves, bye-bye.